1, now.
Hello, my Valkyries. Welcome back. I am with Fox.
Hello, everyone.
And as you read by the title, this one is long overdue.
Very much so. We teased it back to the Discord about a month ago, but last year's been struggling to write it.
Hey, I had a lot of other projects to write.
Yeah, I know. But also we had difficulty trying to figure out how to do this.
Yeah, specifically this one. So, a little explanation is probably needed. Izuku Midoriya is going to be known as Rose. God, I just had her name.
Rose Silva.
Yeah, Rose Silva. And if you've played the game Code Vein, you'll know how this goes.
It's pretty obvious.
But basically, Izuku Midoriya, or Rose Silva, is going to be the sister of...
The sister of Cruz Silva, also known as the Queen of the Revenants / Lost.
So, okay, a little backstory I guess I should give. The game goes as canon. You get all soul fragments. You get the good ending, but also the neutral ending. To explain it, you get all the
fragments. However, you killed Eva, which would result in a neutral ending.
Which, I would say Eva kind of reformed herself.
Actually, the neutral ending results in after you basically save all these successors, but you don't restore Io's memories.
You don't restore Io's. But we're going to say in this one, just for plot sakes, you did restore them, but you got the good ending, but at the cost you would have to sit on the throne and be further for you turning into Rose Silva is going to turn to stone with Io holding her hand forever in this ruined city, guarded by her revenant party,
aka the crew from the game.
So we will start now, since we got you a little backstory and of how things are going to go. Right, her weapon. We do have to explain that.
Which weapon do you want?
Her weapon. Her weapon's a scythe.
True.
It's basically I think there's... Basically, it's like a bone Grim Reaper scythe.
AKA the assassin scythe.
Yeah, basically. That's her weapon. And she's going to be running with...
Her main weapon. Her secondary is Lewis's sword.
And as if you guys have played Code Vein at all, the blood code that she's going to be using is going to be the Queen's blood code.
And if you're wondering why doesn't she have the access to the Queen Slayer, because I'm doing a redo of that.
So I guess without further ado, let's begin. So we start. This is, I would say, 14 months before the canon starts.
I say it is 15 months before the 10 months training.
Yeah. Which is, it's basically like a year and 5 months. But we get into it with Izawa getting assigned a mission by the old great chimera known as Nezu. He was tasked with going to this ruined city to investigate.
This ruined city they just recently found a month ago.
And Nezu has...
The reason why he's going down to investigate it, the research team they sent down there to investigate have disappeared.
As Izawa is given a earpiece to talk to Nezu through with other heroes monitoring.
Nezu also gives Izawa permission to bring any hero he believes would be fit for the mission.
And so I was just like, that's too much of a hassle, I'll go alone. As Izawa gets there, he is going around these houses, he's seeing these corpses, but they're not getting up. They're all dead. He finds the old search team unit in this bar looking place. He finds these books. He starts reading through them and he finds Lewis's notes about the. I can't remember the bug's name, but.
It just is a book detailing about his adventures, about the revenants, about the successors, about the queen, about what revenants are, what they do, and what their original purpose was. And for this AU, revenants are technically the first iterations of the quirks.
Yes. As he reads through all these books, Nezu asking over his headset what's taking so long says, he says, I found some books that have intrigued me, so I'm reading them to get information on this place. Nezu realized, oh, sorry for the disturbance. Go ahead.
As Nezu was saying, but can you describe the location you're in, though?
As he would say, it's surrounded by, it seems, a red mist, but it's confined closer in. It's like a ruined city.
And the place I'm currently in is a church that's been turned into a bar.
And everything around me, there's like these corpses, but they don't look human.
Nor were they animate. Nezu says over the mic, Nezu says over the headset, Izawa, stop watching zombie movies.
As I was just, I'm serious. These aren't human corpses.
Just because they're not human corpses does not mean they're going to come back to life.
If you were here, you would understand. As he says, I'm gonna go towards the mist.
Izawa would say, but I do see what looks like a Capitol building in the distance.
As I was finally finished like reading all these books, he finally decides, well, guess I should go there.
As a note falls out from the back of the book, about from the last book.
As he picks up this note,
the note simply says, "If you're reading this, I'm probably already gone."
And as I was just like, that's odd. What's so bad about this place?
And it says like, "And do not come looking for us." And Ryakumo, please burn this stack of books. I don't want anyone learning about the revenants.
As I was just looks around, I was like, he sees a match. He's like, well, might as well just follow his request since this Yakumo guy didn't do it. As he would light the match and burn the books.
Of course, after he took photos of the books for his personal file.
As he would finally get out from the barn, heading towards where the red mist is confined.
On the way there, he feels like he's being watched.
As he finally gets there after like hours of walking. He's then walking across this bridge, like broken down bridge, made out of stone with blood surrounding the sides. As he walks up to clarify, this is where the final boss is held.
AKA, how I'm going to describe it, he walks to the Capitol building, explores it, finds a little secret underground cavern, and explores that area until he finds that bridge. Just at the
And he finally gets to it. He sees people actually alive that seem to be guarding the one in the throne, even though he looks closer, seeing they're just stone.
Izawa thinks that that person might be a religious figure to them.
As he walked closer, saying, maybe this is this Lewis or Yakumo guy. As he just says, are any one of you Lewis by chance?
But right after he says it, a shot fires right past his eye, right past his ear, giving a little haircut.
He freezes for me. He's like, I mean, no harm.
The woman with blonde hair, with we all know being Mia, states, "Who are you and how'd you get here?"
My name is Shoto Izawa. I am the underground pro hero Eraserhead. I was sent here by Nezu to investigate. By how I got here, I just looked around.
Mia is just saying, heroes don't exist.
What year do you think it is?
Which we're just gonna, since we're gonna say My Hero takes place in like 2243, and Code Vein takes place 2019. So I'll say Mia says 2019.
As I'm responding with, yeah, it's been years since you guys have been down here, I'm guessing.
And then as a man with black hair with this dapper looking uniform, who looks well dressed and everything, with a crimson and red bladed sword comes up.
He's like, oh, who are you?
I am Lewis.
Oh, so you're the ones who had those books that I read.
Wait. As Lewis turns to the red-haired man, saying, Yakumo, did you not burn my books?
Yakumo saying, I forgot.
God damn it.
And I was saying, don't worry, I burned them.
Well, thank you for that. It's gonna be difficult to explain what we are, but
I think I get the gist.
if you read, then you know that we're undead.
Yeah, but I do have a question. And Izawa just points at the throne. Who are they?
As they all grow silent.
And I was just like, I said something wrong, didn't I?
Person with a scar half throughout his face simply walks up and has a sword through Izawa's neck right behind him. Says, "You have not earned the right for us to tell you who she is."
I was like, okay, I get it. But can one of you at least explain the red ring around this place?
Lewis simply says, "That ring is what contains us."
You guys do know it only is around this place, right?
Exactly.
What's been keeping it here?
They say this is for to contain the last remnants of the lost.
The lost? You mean those corpses I found?
Yes. Jack here, the one who has a sword through your throat, has been going around the place killing every single lost he can find.
So you're keeping them confined in here?
Yep, and the way we're doing it is thanks to our friend on the throne.
Okay. So you knew her?
Yakumo simply sounds, knew her? She was the sister to all of us. Except for Lewis here.
Okay, then what about the girl holding her hand?
Jack simply says, that's her attendant.
Her. Oh, I read about it in the book.
Lewis simply answers before Izawa can, successors.
Yeah. So, what's so special about her then?
She has absorbed all of the successor relics and became the new queen.
Can I get her name by any chance?
That's up to her. We're not going to tell anything about her.
Okay, and a few more questions if I may ask. Why are y'all still all here? I mean, you all could kill the Lost if you all went. Why stay here?
As this girl wearing a red outfit, who showing quite a bit of skin, simply says, "We all promise not to leave her side."
Okay, but what about you, the others? Like you, that girl over there, the giant dude over there,
We
and
all
guy.
promise to.
So then why is, does I, if I may call you Jack, the only one going out?
Lewis says, "Because Jack's the only one that knows knows this place the best."
And judging by him having a sword to my neck, he has a connection with the girl too.
He was her combat partner during Operation Queenslayer.
That explains it.
He was forced to kill her, and that's when she became the successor of the queen.
Oh. So you guys have been here for
a couple millennia. I know.
okay. So how do I put this? Is there any way we can help?
No, because she sealed our friend sealed herself away before she lost control.
Okay.
The queen's powers are volatile. They can easily control the user.
Can the quirks help this?
Quirks. As a
Oh yeah,
scientific mind myself, do you mind explaining what quirks are?
oh, sorry, I forgot. You guys are dying from Melia. So quirks happen as what we know. Well, it seems like you guys are the first instances of these quirks. But they were given to people who gain supernatural powers. Like you can control lightning, you can breathe fire, superhuman strength, all that.
Yakum Sim says, "Yeah, that's normal for us."
Yeah, but ours it's only one thing per person.
Normally, as Lewis says, normally we only have what we call blood codes. Each revenant has their own unique blood code. However, our friend up there on the throne is unique in a way.
Do you mind explaining?
She can wield any blood code.
Okay, yeah, that is unique.
That
Yeah,
and
it's kind of like
before she lost control, she was able to wield the queen's power for the queen's blood code for a short time.
okay. So she's unique in a way like me, being me having a negative quirk gene, so I can disable the quirks people have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, can I get an introduction so I don't have to call you dude, it, girl?
We'll introduce ourselves in due time. Can you please stop telling your friend over there to stop who's about to, and he threw his fire spear.
Wait, what friend? As I just turns around, I was like, oh, you've gotta be kidding me.
As Endeavor's fire javelin flies right past him, hitting Mia straight in the chest.
As Jack just looks at, I was like, "Did you call them here?" It's like, I was just like, I didn't know they were even here.
Because your friend who just got hit destroyed my earpiece.
As I was just looking, there was like, "What are you doing?"
Saving you, of course.
Like, I'm not in danger.
Then why is there a sword to your neck?
Because he's very protective over everyone here.
Still doesn't change the fact that they're villains.
They're not villains, you idiot. They're older than you.
Impossible. They look 20.
They're millennial years old.
Jackson just pushes Izawa away, saying, "Let me handle this."
Just don't kill him.
He heard our comrades. I'm only gonna hurt him enough in return.
Just make sure, because we can't come back from the dead.
Oh, I know, and I'll make sure he enjoys all the pain Mia's felt.
Okay then. Izawa just walk towards Lewis and say, "So, is he always like this?"
Lewis responds like, "Jax, ever since our friend left him again, has become very protective over us."
Okay, but yeah, I didn't even know they were here. Well, I would have if my earpiece was off.
Lewis was like, "I assumed so. I sensed his presence. I thought he was just there to back you up, but when I saw him move in, ready to attack, that's when I knew he wasn't with you."
Yeah, I came here alone, and then you said some dude with a javelin was like, "Oh god, they brought the fire brain."
That's why I warned you.
Please tell me that they didn't send him.
Who's him? No one. I think we'll deal with when he gets here.
Apparently, okay, his name's All Might. He's the #1 hero in Japan. And I can hear him.
As Lewis gets punched straight into the little wooden shacks they had built.
So Sarah's like, "Why do you two ruin everything?"
First, it was the ancient civilization I found that you two killed and dismantled. Now then the first quirk users.
As just looks like, "Stop punching things without getting info first."
As All Might simply says, "But Izawa, I saved your life."
He wasn't gonna hurt me.
The white-haired guy, probably. The rest of them, no.
As you can hear cracking, and Louis hears this. His response is, "Oh no."
And Mia yells out to everyone, "Code blue."
And so I was just like confused, like, context, please.
The statue is cracking.
So your friend's awake?
Possibly.
Please tell me it wasn't the two idiots causing it.
Most likely. All Might simply says, "So the statue's the cause of all this evil. Let me just do what I do best."
Oh no.
As Lewis says, "Yakumo."
Yakumo instantly, he's like, I got it. And so it gives me an entertaining fight as Yakumo literally is like, "Alright, can't use sword." Tosses down his sword and just runs it all way.
Causes the ground to shake a little.
He just runs it all way and punches him.
Which causes All Might to fly back quite far.
And Yakuma's just like, I thought he'd be more challenging.
As Izawa says, you did hit him without him knowing, right? You know that, right?
Still.
Heads
He
up,
couldn't even
he's charging.
That'd be alright. As Alma gets back, Yakuma just punches him back again. He's like, so, this is your so-called #1 hero?
Yes, he only cares about punching things, really.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Because Endeavor would finally kind of get Jack off him, throwing a spear at Yakumo, it whizzing past and hitting next to the statue.
Barely grazing Io's statue.
Mm-hmm. Louis looks back and is like, oh no, 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 no.
As part of her eye gets revealed.
Mm-hmm.
It glowing a deep, dark blue.
And as the entirety of the statue just begins cracking, Io stone starts to begin to crumble off. As Endeavor's like, we have to end it now. Him preparing another javelin, throwing two this time.
As they're both hit out of the sky by Jack and Lewis.
Mm-hmm. As Jack and Lewis just says, would you two stop it already?
With All Might and Endeavor just ignoring them.
Yeah, Louis wouldn't have noticed, but All Might's in the air, about to punch the Queen statue.
Mm-hmm.
As Louis turns around seeing this, he's like, oh no. The statue would shatter, all the stone coming off it. As all you see is dust around where the statue was.
Endeavor thinking All Might's got it, saying, haha, take that, you villains! We've destroyed your leader.
As Louis is just like, oh, you fucked up. As Louis just says, I know you're awake. Good morning.
Now please tell me you're in control.
As all you hear from the dust is like, I'm perfectly in sync. As all you see is All Might get thrown through a few buildings.
With her face being revealed, being on the picture on the left, with her left eye glowing the deep dark blue, with her right eye being her normal glistening black.
Mm-hmm. As she's just walking and just looks back at everyone and is like, so you've all been here for a good while, it seems. Yeah. And Louis would probably speak up saying, a few millennia. Her just speaking like, you guys let me sleep for a few millennia.
Lewis and Piper saying, we didn't know if the Queen would still be in control. But since you're in control, I'm assuming you won your 2 millennia fight against Cruz.
Well, my sister, yes, we come to an agreement. I will fight for my cause, but if I ever need her assistance, I will let her take control.
That is acceptable.
Yep. Also, as the spears would start appearing above her, I hate being woken up like this. As Izawa just with near Louis, like, so this is your queen.
Yes and no.
What?
She is the queen, but she's not. The queen's not in control.
So, note to self. I don't want to piss her off.
Basically.
So, chances of them surviving?
-1.
Oh, God.
She's more protective over us than Jack was.
As you can see, like, the others just next to her side as she launches the spears, but doesn't hit them on purpose. Louis realizing what she's about to do.
As Louis say to Coco, Coco, can you please get the medical supplies?
As all she does is snaps her fingers as one of the Hell Knights appear in front of her.
And then Louis say, scratch that, get the revival gel.
As they're just looking like, or Izawa's like, what the fuck is that?
Yakumo saying that is one of the enemies we fought, but when trying to unite all the relics of the queen.
And then Rose would look back at Yakumo and just say, sorry in advance for this. As she would tap her feet on the ground twice, summoning the Blade Dancer.
Blade Bearer.
Yeah, Blade Bearer and forgot his name. Cannon Bearer to her side.
Yakumo simply saying, "Oh hell no, not again! I'm out of here."
Yakumo, she just says, "Yakumo, they're on our side."
I don't want to be anywhere near them. I have too much PTSD fighting them. From fighting them, okay?
Oh, come on.
I'll be in my shack if you need me.
Okay then. And she just looks at the two and just says, "Get them. Just don't kill them, but beat them."
And Louis is gonna say, "Scratch that again. Just bring both revival gel and medical supplies just in case one of them dies."
As they would go and All Might Endeavor getting brutally beaten. Broken bones. All Might got his injury from this.
From the Blade Bearer stabbing in the side.
Mm-hmm. And as I think Louis would say, alright, I think that's enough. And she's like, you're probably right. Her tapping her feet on the ground 3 times, making the Hell Knight and the other two disappear.
With Coco running out saying, "I got the supplies ready."
As Rose would just say, yeah, I may have let them go too hard.
As Louis says, "That's why I told her to grab the revival gel."
Well, I don't think I killed them. Maybe.
As Endeavor's heartbeat, as the queen, as Rose can feel Endeavor's heartbeat stop.
I was like, well, shit, maybe I did.
As Rose then say, "Well, anyways, good thinking ahead, Louis, like always."
Mm-hmm. And Izawa just asked her, so am I allowed to know her name now? As Rose would just look at her and just say, I am Rose Cruz.
Rose Silva.
Yeah, Rose Silva. My brain does not want to work. Brain, work, turn on.
You want me to kiss you to wake it up?
No, I will. As well. My brain. But she would introduce herself as Rose Silva. As she would recognize, as I would recognize from the books he read, she's the sister.
The sister that's been the leader of this little ragtag group.
Mm-hmm. As Izawa says, well, we have a proposal. Since I'm sure since you're now awake, you can kill all the lost that are rogue.
As Rose simply says, actually, the last loss has been taken care of today.
Oh. Well, that makes my exposition a lot easier. Well, we have a school that builds heroes. Since you two don't really have a place to stay besides here, I have a question. If you would want to join our hero course, and when you wouldn't get free dorms and free kitchen to make food.
As Rose would say, I would, but I have to converse with the rest of my crew because if you accept me, you accept all of them.
As I said, we have a room big enough. We have a floor basically designed for that.
As Rose would simply say, let me convene with the group.
As Rose would walk off to all of them, saying, so the sleep deprived man has asked us to join a hero school. If we did, we would get food and a place to live where we can all stay.
Lois
We
rolls
would all.
back his head, saying, he does know that we don't really eat food, right?
Well, yeah, but we get room, like an entire floor to ourselves.
I say, hey, as long as I can get more research about these quirks and hopefully use my knowledge for good, I'm okay with it.
Well, you're going to be in dead center of quirk territory, so I think you will. Also, I do need to feed soon.
I mean, your endless spring is still up.
Yeah, but I won't be up for long.
Now let's collect as many blood bleeds as we can before we go.
Well, yeah.
Because after all you and I have to do is spill a little bit of blood on one of the blood beads to spawn a new spring.
Yeah, we'll have to put at least 2 in the dorm.
Yeah. We'll manage
Enough.
somehow.
If we run out of blood beads, it's back to the meal biting people.
Yeah, because we technically are vampires.
Yeah, which is fun. So, you agree? Now I have to ask the others.
Yakumo says, as long as there's strong people for me to fight, I'm fine with it.
Well, they're heroes in training, so there should be. She looks at Jack. You okay with this, Jack?
Jack simply says, as long as I go wherever you go.
She look at the other two. Is like, I already know Io's answer. So you two, what's your answer?
Mia simply says that I'll go with you. Eva's saying I'll go
Okay.
wherever Jack goes.
Fair. Well,
And
she would
Coco
walk.
and the rest of them do agree as well.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, walks back to us. I was like, they all agreed. But we will have to put a blood spring in the center of our dorm.
The blood spring. Izawa would ask what's a blood spring because that's the only thing Lewis didn't write about in his notes.
Oh, that's what we feed on. It's basically like a glass with blood in that we need to drink.
Izawa would make a comment. So you guys are kind of vampires.
Yeah. You can put it that way.
Great. So you guys not just the basically prototype version of what quirks were. You also were the origins of blood type quirks. Great.
Sort of.
Well,
But
Rose would probably say probably.
yeah. So, Izawa, those two. Please tell me they're not coming with us.
Sadly, the blonde musclehead is a teacher at UA.
Ah, damn it.
And the red-haired idiot, he abuses his own family, so he should leave us alone for a while.
Okay, well, I sent them on their way already. Because I'd rather not have them here.
That's fine, and I took All Might's earpiece so I can talk to my boss.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, you just talk to your boss and then leave us there.
As Izawa says, Nezu, you there?
As Nezu say, I'm here, I'm here.
Why the hell did you send Endeavor and All Might?
We heard a gunshot and thought you were injured.
Maybe next time you'll realize that maybe there were people here who were afraid.
Nezu just like, sorry.
For the world's smartest person, who knew that Nezu would be stupid enough to not realize that maybe people were here and scared.
Nezu just like, okay, I get it.
Well, anyways, the people we found there, they're kind of origins of artworks.
And then just like, okay, so what did you do?
I kind of let them beat up All Might Endeavor for almost killing them.
Okay, I mean, that's fair, but what else did you do?
I also wanted to talk to you about letting them join UA.
I don't have a choice, do I?
No, you do not, because their queen can kind of summon monsters that they've killed.
Okay, then I will get some tasks to make the room by the time you get here.
You might want to make it big enough for a party of 10.
Okay, so basically giving them their own floor, kitchen, everything.
Yep, and one of them requested a bar, just like the picture I'm going to send you right now.
As Nezu just looks at it, I was like, good taste, but okay.
Because they're over 2 millennia years old.
How?
They are revenants. The last surviving revenants.
So, vampire thing creatures?
Yep, the one we found books about way back when.
Okay, I'll get it ready.
And do you remember the artist, Lewis?
Mm-hmm.
He's here.
How was he Oh, never mind. That's a dumb question.
He's a revenant.
Okay, I'm guessing he's one of the guardians of the said queen.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And tell how he's acting. He might be more than just a guardian.
Okay. I guess bring him here then. The room should be done by the time they get here.
Yep, and Lewis's request is he wants to help with quirk research.
I can have that arranged.
I'll be back in about 2 days or so, because I'm traveling with a group of 10 after all.
Fair enough.
But one guy with white armor, he goes by as Davis. He'll be arriving on his motorcycle to establish security.
Understood.
Just don't piss him off.
I won't try to.
Well, he's told me he used to be part of the government of the area.
Okay, so dealing with a military veteran. Noted.
Mm-hmm.
As they would get there. After like 2 days, they'd all finally arrive. Nezu's waiting at the front of UA.
With Izawa walking right next to Rose.
Mm-hmm. Nezu trying to determine which one the queen is. Because he's trying to make sure not to piss her off.
As Rose goes up to Nezu and saying, "Hello, my name is Rose Silva, and I am what you guys would call the queen."
As Nezu's like, it's a pleasure to meet you, your majesty.
Please don't be formalities. It's really only revenants that call me queen, but I'm not really the queen myself. My younger sister who resides inside me is the real queen.
Okay. Well, your rooms are ready. I'll lead you to them. Follow me.
As she signals to the rest of them to follow her.
As Nezu would lead them to their own floor, which has like a what are those things called? Airlock.
It has
Locking
an
system.
airlock and a checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
The checkpoint manned by David at all times.
Yes. As that finally opens, and they see their room, which is exactly like their bar, just a lot bigger and better rooms.
And more rooms, to be exact.
Mm-hmm. And they actually filled up the bar with liquor.
Which Giacomo was happy about.
Mm-hmm.
As Giacomo said, yes, finally, not only make my own sake every single day.
As Rose just laughs, like, I thought you liked my sake.
It's like, I do. But you only let him ferment for one day, which makes him feel mushy.
Okay, it's not my fault. We barely had anything to make it with.
I know. We had to feed that human for a while.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that in front of him.
True.
But the human was nice.
Sadly, she died of old age.
Yeah. We did give her a good burial, though.
Yeah. Not everyone could say they were buried underneath our queen's breasts.
Okay, you really had to make that joke?
Yes, I did.
God damn it, Yakima.
Hey, she can't hear me. It's fine.
Well, no, she can't hear you. She. Well, I guess we should all get our rooms.
As Nezu hearing that, saying, "Don't worry, your rooms have been personalized from what Izawa has been telling us."
As Raz would just like Izawa. So that's why you've been talking into that damn microphone so much.
Yep. And Miss Rose, your room is the biggest one in the back of the hall with a whole bunch of royal designs on it. Because even when I told Nezu that you didn't want those, he insisted.
Okay. I just over a comfy bed. Sleeping on hard beds is a pain.
As Coco and Murasame will pipe up saying, "Hey, we did our best with the materials we had, okay?"
Yeah, I know you did, but still, it hurts being sleeping on rock hard beds for eternity.
We don't sleep much at all, anyways.
Still, it's not like we could sleep because we were always moving.
Yeah.
Maybe we get to experience sleep for once.
Yakumo pipes up saying, "What is sleep?"
You'll know soon, Yakumo.
All I know is alcohol.
Yakumo? Remember that time I knocked you out?
Too bad he then proceeds to grab a whiskey bottle and runs off.
Yakumo.
You're not taking my vodka from me. I haven't had this in forever.
I'm not taking it away, but don't make me summon them again.
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. Now, you will try to get sleep today. If you don't, a sparring session with those two seem in order.
Not again, please.
Then rest for once.
Fine.
If you do, I'll let you drink all day.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that anyways.
Yeah, but more than usual. Remember, I usually give you a limit?
Too bad. This is already my third bottle.
Yakumo?
He proceeds to chug it down and run to his room, saying, "You can't. I'm going to sleep now."
What am I gonna do with y'all?
And Louis just smiling, saying, "It's good to have everyone back together again."
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like I'm babysitting toddlers.
Not everyone's not toddlers. At least Jack acts mature.
Okay, yeah, but the others?
Coco just tries to do so, most of the guys here. Murasame is just Murasame.
Okay, fair.
Give her access to a market, she'll make a killing, even out of us.
Oh god, don't remind me.
I mean, she is technically our accountant, and she kind of hoards all our cash.
Yeah, speaking of which, she looks at Nezu. Is your cash the same as it was 2 million ago?
We don't have what you guys is called haze.
How valuable is haze nowadays?
Isn't I saw from Lewis's notes on this book right here, Volume 1. Lewis said that's where it went.
Oh.
Says
You
that
found.
haze was apparently blood clouds.
Yes. Yeah, I guess you could say it like that.
I mean, we can probably find a way to crystallize it, but other than that, it's basically useless.
Well, we don't really have money because, you know.
Murasame pops up saying, that's where you're wrong.
Where did you come from?
Set up my shop downstairs.
Ah, okay. What do you mean we don't? We do.
I have a there was an old revenant trader back in our area. That every time you guys gave
And
me haze, I spent all that haze to trade for old world cash.
okay. So you want to tell us our amount we have?
Nezu, right?
Yeah, that's my name.
How much is imperial? How much is an imperial 1,000?
What?
She pulls out an old Shingoku Judai imperial dollar.
Holy hell. Pretty valuable.
How much? Give me a number.
I could not pinpoint that for you.
So I'm assuming past the billion.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have 5 of these.
You're asking me to put that in our cash, aren't you?
Yes.
I'll be back. I'm going to give you all a bank account. I'm just gonna put it in there.
As Rose said, I guess you'll put it under my name, won't you?
Yeah.
I recommend putting under Murasame's name. She's the one that handles our cash. And mostly handles our expenses and everything.
Okay, Murasame it is then.
Hell, she's the one that give haze allowance. She used to give haze allowances to freaking Yakumo there for buying beer all the time.
Well, I hear Giacomo say, "Hey, it was worth it."
As Norin now convinces.
Mm-hmm. It's about 2 hours later. He comes back and gives.
With a real barrel
Mm-hmm.
of allowances that Murasame has requested.
Yep. He also gives Murasame a card and tells her, "This has all your money on it. Don't lose it."
I was like, don't worry, I can always replicate it.
Fair. As she says, "Okay. Well, soon there will be students on the floor above you. I will tell them about this room, but they are not allowed to enter unless you let them."
As Rose would say, and I'm pretty sure Davis would even let them near it.
And so I was like, "Yeah, that's true." As Nezu rolls out and says, "Get some sleep."
And then he looks at all their clothes, mostly the females, saying, "And I recommend you guys get clothes that actually cover up."
And I was like, "Alright. Murasame, can you order us some clothes?"
Sure, you gotta remember how to access the internet though.
Uh, we have Izawa for that.
As Marissa, just saying, no, just hand me a computer. I can figure it out my own.
Okay, here.
Murakami goes over and says, this is a 2019 model. Okay, I know how to use this.
Forgot how much of an electronic genius you are.
Yep, you know me, miss.
While you do that, if you need measurements, just tell us.
Roosevelt was saying, I might be the one to need measurements. Me and Io.
Okay, yeah, I was definitely gonna need some measurements.
And Io was still sleeping on her bed in the middle, near the jukebox like normal.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot how sleepy she is.
She just woke up from a 2 million nap and she's still sleepy.
So am I. She just walks over to Io, just lays next to her and falls asleep.
Lewis, we have a little moment. Lewis says, damn it, didn't confess to her again.
As Murakami just smacks someone back of the head. Well, thank you for telling me.
Hey, unless they're not. Hey, at least it's better than for you to find out, not like Coco over there.
Fair. So, how are you going to plan on doing it?
I'm trying to find something to squid in this new world.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
I'll probably force Mr. Izawa to take me to some places I can buy some good gifts for her.
Okay, then. As she walks off, and as the months go by, we get to the UA entrance exam.
And before that, Muriel has gotten to know the Code Vein crew.
All the big three.
They even periodically visit every once in a while. When Davis even personally let them in without the Queen's permission.
Yeah, because I would say the Rose herself, which is the Queen, would be fond of them and give them access to go through.
And Davis is getting along with Muriel and especially Takumi.
Takumi getting out of his shell around Davis and the others.
And actually laughing along with Yakumo.
Yeah, he acts more like. Honestly, when he's around them, he acts more like Yakumo than he does when he's around other people.
And Muriel acts like Lewis in a way around the Code Vein crew. With Lewis even saying, "Oh, great! Now we have two of them."
And Nezu acting like
a mixture of Mia and Eva.
Yeah. As they just have chatted, played games, and get along. Nezu actually getting her curly hair design from the Queen. From just trying new hairstyles with Nezu's hair. And the re-entry goes as canon. Bakugo would save Uraraka.
And he's less of a dick in this AU.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in a lot of our verses, he's just kind of a guy who's prideful of himself, but he still cares about people.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't like to show it.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the first day of UA. Izawa knocks on the door. Davis lets him in. Yeah, Davis lets him in. As Izawa enters and says, well, class is gonna start in 10 minutes. You guys ready?
And since it was Lewis's turn last year, Rose and whoever you choose is turn next. Rose, Io, and whoever you choose is next.
As they would all say, yeah, we're ready.
As I would say, who is your third person coming along?
Well, it's me, Louis, and Io.
So as Izawa runs back and says, "Great, now I have to deal with Lewis again. He's gonna ruin all my questions."
Nah, I made sure to say not too many.
I was like, don't worry, I'll send you guys to 2A. You guys will be classified as 2A students.
Or just monitoring what I am guessing.
Yes.
Good thing you expelled a class last year.
Yep, and Nezu knows that technically you guys they were expelled under the radar, so we can classify your guys' group as class 2A.
Nice.
With an exception of Davis being the guardian.
Yep. Yeah. Next day, Yakumo will join us with the other two girls.
Because I know I don't do that. If I don't do that sooner, Yakumo's gonna throw a fit.
And not rather have a child Yakumo angry at me.
Especially having an angry adaptation Yakumo get angry at me.
Yeah, let's not. And so it's just like, okay, well, I'll lead the way. As after like 5 minutes, they get there. I was just saying, wait out here.
Tell the class to expect you.
Izawa walks and explains to the class that they have 3 students from 2A to monitor this class.
And he would say, and don't piss off the one with the one blue eye. She's royalty.
As who would say it? One of them will say it. I don't know. I'm just saying, why?
It would be Ida if it turns to logical situations.
Yeah, but he would say, why would royalty be here?
Because she has a quirk that predates back to the original quirk users.
He would just be like, just sits down.
There's like just with his facial expression, just says it all. It's like, yep, I'm not messing with her.
As they would see Louis walk in, Rose, and then Io walk in. And Io would enter being on Rose's back.
Basically asleep.
And Rose seems to be having no struggle carrying her.
Not at all.
And she just looks at us and I was like, so where do you want to stand at?
As I was simply, you guys know the drill. Introduce yourself first.
Fine. Well, the one on behind me is Io.
She's my attendant.
The one next to me is Louis. I can call him Louis.
I know I would say, as his name is Louis Automatsuya. As Rose goes up to him and kisses on the cheek. And he's my boyfriend, so none of you girls try anything.
Yeah, you can see a bunch of girls just like, oh, damn. And as she would then say, my name is Rose Silva.
I am what my crew call the Queen.
And she just looks at Ida directly. And no, I am not answering your stupid questions.
He's silent because he's shocked that she knew what she was thinking.
And then as Black was like, smirks because he likes her attitude. As they would go, down to the changing rooms, get changed. Louis seeing Minette about to peek, literally Manadish got
He
yeeted.
just fires a bloodshot at him.
Mm-hmm.
Not hitting him, but grazes it so it just cuts his skin.
Mm-hmm. As we then get to the test.
As Izawa first says that, first we'll be seeing 2A have a little mock battle.
That's unfair. You know that, right, Izawa?
It's like, you're not participating in this.
Oh, so I get to watch.
Yep, and you can see how well your companions have improved.
Okay, as she wakes Io and just like whispers something in her ear. As Louis and Io get on the fighting stage.
And says, you guys may start fighting now.
Instantly, they both just vanish. With as was whispering to Izawa saying, how are you to tell who wins?
As I was asking, so who's gonna win?
I'm just like, Io's gonna win.
Is she gonna use her ice again?
You'll see.
Alright.
As Louis is just doing sword combat with her, Io's using a weapon. Io used her ice ability to maneuver to behind Louis as Louis starts getting pushed back. As he hits ice, as he trips, as Io uses her halberd to cut his cheek with the weapon impaling the ground.
Louis realizing that he'd lost and like, damn it, Io, this is the second time you beat me in a row now.
As Io just says in a sleepy voice, well, you do know me. Plus, you leave yourself open a little bit too much.
Deal the deal, I guess. I'll let you have her for today.
Yay. As Io's weapon would just vanish into nowhere. And she would just run over to Rose and jump on her back and then slowly fall asleep.
But if I would say Jiro, hearing what they said, would go up to ask after the battle, ask Liz, what do you mean she can have her for today?
Oh, well, we cannot share her.
So it's a kind of a three-way relationship.
You can figure that out on your own.
Jiro's like, oh, come on, tell me.
Nah, you have those ear jacks. I'm sure you'll find out. Besides, our room is beneath yours.
Well, beneath all of your guys, to be exact.
Yeah.
As Jiro says, that explains the metal vault door.
Yeah, that is our room. I'm sure you could still hear us from above floor with that quirk of yours.
And Lewis was like, ear jacks, am I right? Allows you to amplify your heartbeats with sound wave. Use your heartbeat as sound waves as long as you hear multiple objects, as long as you connect to an object in the ground or a wall or a roof.
Because there's like, yeah. How'd you know?
I am the researcher for my girl. For quirks.
Ooh.
I'm the head of the quirk research division at UA now.
Which shocks Jiro. And she's like, okay then.
He then hands Jiro a note saying, this is what you can use for your support equipment.
And she says thank you as Louis walks off. I saw her just laughing a bit.
He didn't expect that reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knew. Thanks for being told. He knew that Lewis was going to lose, but still couldn't help but laugh at Lewis's reaction.
Yep.
He finally calms down and says, "Okay, everyone, that's the power you have to be at by the end of this year."
As one of them would say, why didn't she fight?
As Izawa turns to Rose saying, do you want to show them?
And I'm like, no, I'm only gonna use one.
I'll summon your guys' Revenant Knight. Revenant Knight dummy so you can destroy it in one hit.
Okay.
As I press the button, as a little trap door opens up with this lost mixed with iron, mixed with queen titanium, mixed with tungsten, tungsten.
And she just points her finger up as a giant spear appears by her. She just moves her finger slightly forward as it just launches, piercing through its chest. And as the spear vanishes, the dummy explodes.
As I was said, that's not even. She can summon up to 20 of those.
And she has many other abilities as well that she didn't show.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also good at close combat, so.
Way more proficient than our close combat specialist Mirko.
That's why she did not fight.
Because she would literally kill anyone in one hit.
As he returned to the class, like, so now, any questions? And you're like, no, good. Now, go back home. I'll go to your dorms. I don't care. I need a nap.
You can even stay here and talk to the three of them. I don't care.
As he's just sleeping on his back, Louis walks over and sits down as when he chats for a while.
And he says, "Oh wait, I've got to give this to Ida, to the blue-haired kid, Ida."
As Rush says, and just leave it as dorm or something.
Yeah. I'll have Yakumo drop it off. Actually, no, that's a bad idea.
As I don't trust Yakumo.
I'll give it to Mia.
Yeah, she's more trustworthy.
Except when she's around Nezu.
Fair.
I swear those two are an item. I'm just trying to keep it secret.
Who knows?
Can't really prove it.
As we get to the heroes versus villains through the next day, All Might rushes in and immediately notices Rose.
And it says, "I'm not teaching today's class. It's actually going to be young Miss Rose over there."
And she says, "What?"
"I'm simply assigned as her assistant. Because I'm absolutely afraid of her."
Okay, I guess I'm teaching?
Just follow the instructions that I'm going to give you, and that's all you have to do.
Okay, as Yakumo and Jack are with her this time.
Mm-hmm.
As she says, okay then. She walks up, grabs paper, and just says, okay, meet me at this training ground.
After you put these costumes or whatever on.
Yeah, and if you're late, you're gonna have to experience.
It says here in Izawa's notes, you have to fight me.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and it also says here, I get to throw spears at you while you run away like chickens.
All of them just get up, grab the cases that All Might press the button. When All Might press the button, they grab it and instantly start running.
And she just looks out the door and is like,
except for Jack and Yakumo, who's just standing there laughing.
He's like, I didn't even get to the part where I could use the whack-a-mole hammer.
As Yakumo says, you're still on the Oliver, aren't you?
No. That's why I got a very hammer specialized. And I call it the anti-horny hammer. Or the bonking hammer.
Let me guess, Lou is your main target?
Oh, you know.
You should use an IO more often. She's arguably more horny than Lewis is.
Okay, still, but that's my attendant.
I know. As Jack's like, I know.
And also, she looks at Jack. Why don't you ask her already, damn it?
As Jack says, who says we aren't already an item?
Ooh.
We have been since you've been asleep.
And you didn't bother to tell me.
You never asked.
I was sleeping for 2 millennia, and then we were attacked when I woke up.
But when we were walking here and the months we were here, you didn't ask.
To act like I had an opportunity to.
I mean, you could have. I wasn't that busy.
As it's just a spirit points at Jack. I will impale you again.
And I will shoot a bloodshot into your heart again.
Turn around, Jackie.
As Yakima just pointed his sword straight at him, I was like, try that, please. It's like, Yakima, you know I can beat you in a fight.
And Richard says, like old times, but I have the upper hand.
Fine.
But
I'm not letting this argument go.
I don't have to. Just if you bring it up again, I won't say I won't have to summon somebody.
As Jack says, you're lucky we managed to set up a missile here.
Well, we did base a room off just missile storage.
We didn't even have a missile storage. We just found a random seed.
Yeah, fair enough. But we did replicate a few.
Yeah, but we did have a few fill a room miasma.
It's not my fault.
And why the hell do you choose Jack's? Why the hell do you choose my room?
I think you know why.
Is it really because of that you're still angry about when I first killed you?
Okay, if you gave me a warning, maybe I would have accepted it a little better.
You already know that was Silva that told me to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm still pissed off about it.
As Jack Watson's like, I can't believe I was in love with you for a while.
As Roger says, oh, I know you were. It was funny.
Jack just while walking out like flips Rose off.
Hey, you can't leave. You still have to experience the class getting their ass kicked.
I know. I'm heading down there to get changed.
Why are you getting changed?
Just so I can make sure the boys don't try anything.
Fair enough.
That, and I already read Izawa's notes. He wants me and Yakima on a team against them.
Oh.
As he yells, turn to page 4.
And she's like, okay. He's like, oh, and Jack. As she just throws Yakumo to Jack. Hurry up.
Jack just dodged out the way, saying, stop throwing the baby!
Why? It's fun.
Don't kick the baby!
But I want to kick the baby.
Don't kick the baby.
Kick the baby.
I was like, Yakumo, come on. Get up. Stop being a little baby and laying on the ground crying just because you got kicked.
See, Yakumo just gets up like groaning. Like, I forgot how hard she kicks.
You and me both.
As they would get changed, the heroes versus villains, they get their teams assigned. And when the teams are assigned,
it's a 2v6.
As they ask, who's the team of 2? As Jack and Yakima walk in, that's the team of 2.
AKA the Queen's 2 combat specialists.
Now, do you doubt my combat specialist?
I'll accept the challenge.
I'll even up the stakes for you guys. If you can defeat one of them.
No, it's like, actually, no, not defeat. If you manage to land a hit on one of them.
Manage to land a hit. I'll do one favor you ask of me.
And it's not sexual.
Yep. I am banning sexual things. As she stares at Mineta and just pulls out like her hammer. Is like, you think about it, I'm bonking you with the horny hammer.
You forget, one of my abilities is telepathy.
As she says, so who else wants to accept the challenge?
Todoroki walks up saying, I can accept it.
Yeah, Todoroki would walk up. Kirishima walk up. 3.
Jiro, her new support crew designed by Lewis, would walk up.
Jiro, that's 4. Mina.
And then Ida.
Ida. Ida being the last one to say, we all accept this challenge. As Roger says, this will be entertaining.
As she said, as right when Ida walks by saying, good luck, Sonic.
As he's just like, damn it.
I hate that nickname.
As when they get to the training field or the building, the villains, which is the team of 6, is already inside. As Roshi gets back and just says, my 2 combat specialists, you may go kick some ass now. Remember, no killing.
As Yakuma looks towards Jack saying, communal.
And Jack says, like, yeah.
We haven't done cross blood code communal in a while, so let's hope the side effects don't kick in straight away.
Okay, let's hope. As they do, they start going in the building, and they can just see the 6 waiting for them.
However, when they turn around, all they see is just Yakumo.
They're wondering, where the hell Jack go?
As Mina gets knocked out.
And they're like, Kirishima hardens himself. Todoroki surrounds himself in ice. As Ida tries to attack Yakumo, but
his leg is caught right between the gaps in Yakumo's blade.
And Ida gets thrown and knocked out. Bakugo gets whacked.
Right before his explosion would trigger to hit Yakumo.
And Kirishima takes a few hits, still standing. Then Yakumo just treats him like a baseball.
But before that happens, Yakumo is blown back by Jiro. Yakumo commenting saying, so you're testing out the support equipment Lewis made you.
Jiro says, yes, and it's very effective.
Lewis made it with his own blood.
Oh, I didn't know that's how he made it.
And our queen made queen steel to make it even more powerful for you.
Jiro says, let me just thank them later. But as Yakumo says, yeah, you're focused on me, but you forgot I have a friend. Jiro saying, oh no.
As Jiro gets pushed away by Bakugo, as Jack's blade lands straight in the middle, causing a little crack.
As Yakumo is just like, should I? Nah. As he just runs at Bakugo, punching him in his jaw.
Bakugo getting flung back, but holds his jaw and basically re-puts it back in place.
It's like Yakumo's like, ooh, you're tougher.
As Bakugo, in this AU, he developed his strong personality because he was the one bullied for being viewed as a villain. As Bakugo would say, when you get punched out every single day of the week, you learn to make a tolerance of pain.
And Jack was like, let's have fun, fisticuffs.
You're on, old man.
I'm not old.
I'm saving just you guys.
Yeah, fair enough. Nakamura runs faster at Bakugo.
Bakugo's somewhat keeping up.
As Rose noticed this, he's like, that's interesting. As Nakamura would just keep getting faster and faster.
But Bakugo's slowly using putting little jolts of his quirk so he can get a speed boost to still keep up with Yakumo.
Nakamura finally was like, okay, sorry kid, but I think I've let you have too much fun. Gonna have to end it now. As soon as he
Yakumo then
says,
does a long sideways swipe with his fist. Bakugo says, "Called it."
as Bakugo was caught off guard because as soon as he did that, his other hand was doing the same thing, just the opposite direction, but the sword appeared in his left, which smacked Bakugo into, I think it's a pillar of stone.
And while they were distracted, they forgot about one person. Kirishima managed to land a tiny little punch before he passed out due to overusing his quirk on Yakumo.
That's just like, God damn it.
Jack, who's being pushed back due to sound waves, couldn't do anything.
As Jack just yells at Yakumo's like, you idiot, she's gonna be pissed.
It's like, we're gonna get hammered again!
As Yakumo just knocks out Bakugo and he's like, ah. Yakumo walking Jiro. Jiro not noticing. Yakumo put his hands on Jiro's shoulders like, I'm sorry for this, but
You guys already won, but we'll take the official victory.
Yeah. Yakumo just throws her upwards. And knocks her out.
Knocks her out straight away.
Yeah, it basically dink. As Rose leads and says, villain team wins.
And Rose grabs my saying, and I need to have a word with my combat specialist.
As she assigns Rose's team and says, Twilight, you take it from here. I need to have a little chat.
As they can see her pull out her giant hammer out of nowhere.
And I'm just like, oh god.
All my sisters are like, Yakumo, Jack, you might want to run.
As Jack's like, I don't need to run. I didn't get hit.
As Rose goes like, Jack, you're a part of his team. You share the punishment.
Jack's like, shit.
After all, we're a team. We share everything.
As they try to run and all they see is a hammer. No one's holding it, just thrown. It hits Yakumo. As the hammer just flies back to her.
Which does kill Yakumo as his body disappears.
Yeah. As a hammer's thrown again, it hits Jack's arm.
Which does crack it.
Her being now in front of Jack with her hand out like, I think a fireball's in order.
I say, oh god, not the 10 core fireball.
Okay, too late. As it goes off right in Jack's face.
Which kills him and has his body disintegrate. Disappears.
As she picks up their cores.
Well, she picks up the haze. Because she already knows they're going to respawn back anyways.
Yeah. As later on, she gets back and says, okay, I've talked to them, and she's being started like she's a villain. It's like, what? It's like, you killed them. Like,
do you guys not know how our quirk works?
Like, no.
We can kill each other and we can respawn.
That would have been nice to know.
It's like, Izawa already knew, he just didn't tell anyone. After all, why would you tell a musclehead who only care about punching women in the face?
Yes, I think I was just looking out by like this chair is like, it's like, yeah, I tried to punch her, and I got thrown through like 5 buildings.
Which is why I'm scared of her.
And it seems she was holding back when she threw me too.
If this would prove anything, yeah.
And she says, "All right, that's class. You can go back."
I need to cry now.
And as before, Millie says, "U.S.J is tomorrow, as I was taking you on a bus."
And Rose also says, and since Kirishima is the one to land the hit, he gets the favor.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever was still standing, like being Jiro and Bakugo, you two have the favors. Or you three have the favor.
Yep. As she would walk back to their dorm because the others are being recovered. As the next day would then happen.
As her crew fast travels there.
Yep.
This time she leaves guard duty up to Jack, and she brings Davis along.
Mm-hmm. As they get there, and they're just waiting. Izawa finally walks in the door, just seeing them playing like a game of chess.
Davis getting frustrated since he lost again.
Or just like, you do realize if only if you did that, you would have got me every time. It's 1 by 1 move.
It's like, we really are equals.
As Rose was like, oh, they're here.
Like, as I'll say, Mina takes interest in the giant guy in white armor, saying, "Who's that guy?"
This is one of my partners, or my guards.
He's one of the main guards of our little hideout.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, my name is Davis. I used to be part of the provisional government, aka what you guys call a veteran.
Mm-hmm. As Rose would feel something off and just say like, David?
I feel the presence of loss too.
So I'm not the only one.
Can't believe some escaped.
Not again.
Luckily, Jack took him out sneakily last time.
Yes, as I was like, do I need to evacuate students? Like, Archer says,
Rose would say it would be recommended, but this would be a good training exercise for them.
yeah. As Archer says, go attack the villains, don't be pussies.
He's like, if you guys need help, I can always just send a spear or two down to help you.
Yep.
And David, can you take care of the lost?
And Sarah's like, yeah, I can.
Like, understood.
As she has like 20 spears floating around her. Just in case things get hazy.
I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm. As the fight would go on, them being actually a little worn
out.
Yes. Their fighting effectiveness is a little slacking, but with their more training, they do more damage and are skill based.
Yep, and with the grueling training that Yakumo gave the two that actually teamed up to hit him, Bakugo and Kirishima have been going at it.
Mm-hmm.
As she sends a spear off to her base, with a note saying, "Come here quickly."
Mm-hmm.
Since Rose sensed more than just the lost now.
Yeah.
As another black portal opens.
As all the villains would come through. with Kyogre coming out and the Nomu and Shiggy. With their low tier villains, the students start freaking out until they see 20 speakers just go down the line, exploding, wiping out half of the villains there. And Shigaraki's like, she's gonna be a problem. Nomu, kill her.
As the Nomu begins to charge, a red blade cuts them in half.
Mm-hmm.
As Lewis turns around and says, "Sorry, I'm late."
And it's like, it took you long enough.
As the rest of the Code Vein crew arrive.
As she just says, by order of your queen demands bloodshed. Fill your thirst. Kill these blasted villains.
As Mia just looks at him, you don't have to do that, you know.
I know, but it's fun.
It makes you look like a supervillain.
Yeah, kinda was at the time.
That's Cruz, not you.
She's inside me.
I know.
And she's my sister, so I kind of have somewhat of her personality.
Yeah, but I know two people that can tame it.
We don't speak of that. Just go kill them.
Fine. We're talking about this later, though.
Fine.
Girl and girl. This is gonna have a girl talk.
As Rose would just sit at the top of the stairs, watching as her squad kills the villains.
As we cut to Shigaraki, he's freaking out and then thinks, Korigiri, if you want something done right, gotta do it yourself. Teleport that annoying girl who threw the spears to me so I can disintegrate her.
As she gets teleported, but as Shigaraki grabs her, both eyes are glowing blue.
Lewis sees the glow and says, okay, everyone, back off, now.
As all you hear is her begin to laugh. As she would float up a little into the air, saying, "You tried to harm my sister. I guess punishment is in order." Her lifting out her hand, saying, "Time for you to be frozen." Laying out a huge ball of, ice, majorly injuring Shigaraki, Kirigiri, and the rest of the villains there. As she starts to calm down, but not fully. As she summons one of the Hell Knights to finish off the villains that were still standing.
As Korigiri, the last bit of his power, makes a portal to let him and Shira get away.
As the Hell Knight finishes off every other villain, she gains control of herself again, making the Hell Knight go back to sleep and disappear. As she then gets a little bit wobbly, saying, I'm gonna need you to carry me.
Io, who's still healing people, Lewis does it instead.
Yep, as she just falls over.
Lewis saying something, she's like, I might not be no Io, but I can still be your shining knight.
And it's just like, just take me to my bed.
Right away. But he would say, actually, do you mean our bed?
And she's just like, this is the worst time to make jokes.
I know. I'm taking you now.
Thank you. I would say, how long have we been going for?
An hour 40.
An hour and what?
Hour 40 minutes.
So we can end it here.
If you want to.
Seems like a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Well, this is Laz.
This has been Fox.
And we hope you have enjoyed.
This
See you
video.
next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.